pleasant day, everyone. Let me introduce myself. My name is Edelyn Corral, currently taking up General Academic Strand. Today, I'll share a video on drug awareness. This will fulfill our need for the media information literacy class. I'm hoping that while you watch this video, you'll be able to learn something new that you can discuss with your friend and also broaden your understanding of this subject. Now, let us proceed with the definition of drugs. Drugs are substances or chemicals that can be ingested by the body orally, intravenously, or in transdermal way. Also, it has an impact on and alters one's physical or mental state. Therefore, typically when a person uses drugs orally, topically, or intravenously, the chemical enters the bloodstream and travels to the brain and other parts of the body, where it can cause psychological, behavioral, and emotional harm to the user. To be followed by the categories of drugs. Drugs can be categorized by the way in which they affect our bodies. 1. Depressants. 2. Hallucinogens. 3. Stimulants. Some drugs affect the body in many ways and can fall into more one category. For example, cannabis appears in all three categories. First, depressants slow down the messages between the brain and the body. They don't necessarily make you feel depressed. The slower messages affect your concentration and coordination, your ability to respond to what's happening around you. Small doses of depressants can make you feel relaxed, calm, and less inhibited. Larger doses can cause sleepiness, vomiting, and nausea, unconsciousness, and even death. Examples include alcohol, benzodiazepines, minor tranquilizers such as Valium, cannabis, GHB or gamma hydroxybutyrate, ketamine, opioids, heroin, morphine, and codeine. Second, hallucinogens change your sense of reality. You can have hallucinations. Your senses are distorted in the way you see, hear, taste, smell, or feel things is different. For example, you may see or hear things that are not really there, or you may have unusual thoughts or feelings. Small doses can cause a feeling of floating, numbness, confusion, disorientation, or dizziness. Larger doses may cause hallucinations, memory loss, distress, anxiety, increased heart rate, paranoia, panic, and aggression. And lastly, stimulants speed up the messages between the brain and the body. This can cause your heart to beat faster, your blood pressure to go up, your body temperature to go up, leading to heat exhaustion or even heat stroke, reduced appetite, agitation, sleeplessness. You can feel more awake, alert, confident, or energetic. Larger doses can cause anxiety, panic, seizures, stomach cramps, and paranoia. Examples include amphetamines, speed and ice, caffeine, cocaine, ecstasy, MDMA, methylene-dioxymethamphetamine, nicotine, tobacco. Next are drug use, misuse, abuse, and addiction. What is drug use? Drug use is any consumption of alcohol or drugs. Something as commonplace as having a beer with friends during dinner is considered substance use. Substance use may not be a problem or lead to abuse or dependency in some people. What is drug misuse? Drug misuse is generally associated with prescription medicines. Prescription medicines are meant to be taken as directed by doctors. This is because these types of drugs can cause adverse side effects if the directions are not followed. Drug misuse happens when these substances are taken for a purpose that is not consistent with legal or medical guidelines. Examples of these include taking the incorrect dose, taking the drug at the wrong time, forgetting to take a dose, stopping the use of a drug too soon, taking a drug for reason other than why they were prescribed, taking a drug that was not prescribed to you. What is drug abuse? Drug abuse happens when drugs, including alcohol, illicit drugs, or any psychoactive substances, are misused to get high or inflict self-harm. It is also known as substance use disorder, SUD, since people who abuse drugs experience significantly altered thinking, behavior, and body functions. What is drug addiction? Drug addiction, also known as severe SUD, is a brain disorder that manifests as the uncontrollable use of a substance despite its consequences. People with drug addiction have a physical and/or psychological need to take a substance because they suffer intense or debilitating withdrawal symptoms when they go without that substance. So, how is drug misuse different from drug abuse? The key difference between a person who misuses drugs and a person who abuses drugs is their intent. The former takes a drug to treat a specific ailment, whereas the latter uses a drug to elicit certain feelings. An example of drug misuse is when a person who can fall asleep after taking a single sleeping pill takes another pill an hour later hoping that will do the job. However, it's drug abuse when a person consumes sleeping pills to manage their moods or acquire a buzz, or in worst case scenarios, to commit suicide. And lastly, risk and protective factors. Risk factors for youth high-risk substance use can include family history of substance use, favorable parental attitudes toward the behavior, poor parental monitoring, parental substance use, family rejection of sexual orientation or gender identity, association with delinquent or substance-using peers, lack of school connectedness, low academic achievement, childhood sexual abuse, mental health issues. Research has improved our understanding of factors that help buffer youth from a variety of risky behaviors, including substance use. These are known as protective factors. Some protective factors for high-risk substance use include parent or family engagement, family support, parental disapproval of substance use, parental monitoring, school connectedness. All for now. I hope you have learned a lot from this presentation. Thank you so much for your time in watching and listening. Have a nice day, everyone.